This is WCCB News Edge with Morgan Fogarty on Charlotte's CW.
The race for the White House is heating up. Two major candidates announced their bids for 2016 within 24 hours.
I'm running for president.
I announce my candidacy for president of the United States.
Republicans are red, Democrats are blue, and tonight The Edge wants to hear from you. What is the worst part of campaign season? Plus, what actually caused free-range parents to lose track of their kids for hours? And Madonna and Drake get physical, but Drake is not amused. We know the real reason. The rapper was repulsed. That's the first time I've actually seen him, and he is literally repulsed. The race for the White House is heating up. Two major candidates announced their bids for 2016 within 24 hours.
Thank you.
All set?
Well, thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Good afternoon.
Republicans are red, Democrats are blue, and we're reading the wrong part of this. Can we move forward a little bit in prompter? I already read that part. Keep going, keep going, keep going. The race for the White House is on. Two presidential announcements in just 2 days. Marco Rubio announced his bid just a few hours ago, and after officially announcing her presidential intentions Sunday, Hillary Clinton starts her campaign with a road trip destination, Iowa. Clinton is the first Democrat to officially enter the field. Right now, the polls are tightening, but we are still, is it even fair to say the polls are tightening? We are still 19 months away.
It gives people something to talk about.
From this election. And that brings us to our question of the night. What's the worst part of campaign season? Let's take it to our crew, aka the Edutators. You know Matt Harris from the Matt and Ramona show. Ramona, see, I knew this was going to screw me up today.
This is going just already.
1079 The Link. I'm not supposed to say 107.9 The Link anymore.
Whatever, I answered.
Amy Chu worked out of Hillary Clinton's presidential headquarters in 2008. And Mecklenburg GOP Chairman Curtis Watkins, thank you all for being here. What is the worst part of it? You don't think there's any worst part, right? You love it.
Well, part of me loves it, and then part of me is exhausted, early. But then,
already?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's tiring. And it seems like it never ends, and then it just gets more toxic, I think, as we get closer to the election. And I think the worst part for me is that we lose what's really important in the bickering.
Yeah, and I think you can also find yourselves growing a little tired of debates. Especially when you have a primary happening, which we will with the Republican Party.
It's more that the debates are so staged, right? It's not like they're arguing over policy necessarily, but mostly like attacking each other.
Yeah, absolutely. That's part of it.
I know exactly what's going to happen. The Republicans are going to say that the Democrats are taxing you a lot and they're heathens. And then
hiding their emails.
The Democrats will say the Republicans hate children and old people and love rich people.
And women.
So there, let's just right to
And
the
dogs. Don't forget dogs.
Okay, dogs.
Yeah, me and the dog
I didn't know that they owned the dog one. I didn't know that they owned that
maybe
dog.
they
That's a new one for
me.
2016.
That they hate pets, too.
We put this on Facebook and Twitter, and most of the people who responded to me said that they hate the television ads, the constant, incessant television ads. You guys are political experts. I don't know what you're an expert in, but you're here and we love you. How successful are these ads really in anything besides just annoying voters?
Well, take for instance the last race between Tillis and Hagan. I think by the end, people were starting to have snarky remarks like, oh, all I need is one more ad to figure out who I'm actually going to vote for. You just kept hearing it so much and so much that it was showing up in feeds for, on Pandora when you're listening to kids' music. All of a sudden you'd get an ad for, Hagan on there.
And I think that they do, they actually just keep people at home, right? Because they don't really help you make a decision necessarily about who you should vote for. You just don't want to vote for anybody.
Right. And you don't learn anything from those commercials.
No.
They're the 30 or 60 seconds full of, I hate the other guy, he or she sucks, and that's that. You're not saying, you know what I do? I do this. You hate veterans, but I can tell you I love veterans more.
But I think it also highlights how difficult it really is to capture, in 30 seconds, a message that would resonate with anybody who could possibly be watching.
Right. So that's a great point. And I've heard that this year, or this campaign season in particular, a lot of the candidates are going to shy away from the television ads and the television interviews and more so focus on social media because they can reach more people and they can control the message, in particular with television interviews.
I think Hillary has shown that she's already starting at that level, right? It was a pretty quiet launch to a lot of people's opinions.
Does she know what Twitter is?
She does. She has a Twitter account.
But she's not running it anymore.
The way I see it, she did it as kind of the antithesis of what she did in 2008, which she had the big announcement, had the big media all around it, and I think she felt that backfired, so she thought, let me try this other route and see if that works.
But I also think it kind of highlights, how media has evolved, and I think that a lot of people complained this morning that they didn't have, like policy positions or whatnot in her video. But I think that also is a recognition that social media is an ongoing conversation. So she doesn't have to fill it all at once. Marco Rubio missed that message with a 17-minute
Yeah, but that's the only way for him to kind of start to get his campaign so people
He's going to
know.
do it a little differently.
Look, that was a little jab.
He is going to do it different. He has a better story to tell. He has something that's going to resonate with Americans, unlike what Hillary's talking about.
I completely disagree.
Burn, snap. Oh, no, he did.
19 more months of this.
I wrote the serious part of it there.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. That was good. I'm surprised they haven't called you for one of these campaigns yet.
I could do great. That would be great.
All right, let's move along. The notorious free-range parents are in trouble again. The Maryland couple's kids, a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old, were temporarily taken into protective custody this weekend. Someone called 911 Sunday after seeing the kids alone at a park that's about half a mile away from their house. The kids' parents say the only reason they didn't know where their kids were was because the cops held them for 2.5 hours. No charges have been filed, but the debate over free-range parenting has sparked back up.
It's absolutely ridiculous these kids were taken. It's absolutely ridiculous someone called on them. They're 10 and 6, and I did read that it was 0.3 miles or whatever, which is ridiculous. Well, whatever. The point is, it's nothing. A 10-year-old and a 6-year-old should be able to walk to the park alone without being taken away from the parents for, I think it was 6 hours total that they were taken away. Why is the world a better place for those kids?
What kind of surprised me was that they didn't then give them the opportunity to call their parents at the police station and notify them.
Livid.
Like, hey, we have your children. Let's figure out why we think we maybe shouldn't have them back.
That we live in a world that you face. Let's face it, it's dangerous. You never know.
No, it's not.
It is.
No. Crime is lower than it has been in the 70s. There are most abductions and any kind of child molestation stuff done by people the family knows.
I am afraid to let my kid in my backyard.
You are insane.
That's very true. You and my husband agree.
The kid has to learn independence and getting around. We played in the woods for hours at a time, and the world is not more dangerous than it was back then, according to criminal statistics.
But there's independence.
I will.
There's independence, and there's being a little too free with your kids. And I would say the days of your kids walking to school probably aren't existing.
Which is ridiculous.
Well, I also feel like the story highlights a decline in neighborliness, though, because that person could have also just spoken to the children and said, "Are you okay?"
Right.
Instead, they chose to call the police.
Right. And it was the second time they called on him. So this was somebody just out to get them, as far as I'm concerned, because it already happened 6 months ago.
I wonder if there's some cultural differences at play. I think culturally, some other countries might be a little more free.
This is 180 degrees from helicopter parenting, and there are people who say that both have their pros and both have their cons. This is certainly something that is an interesting debate about
building kids that are big wussies. Well, you don't even know how to walk around their neighborhood without peeing themselves.
Okay, but can a 10-year-old might be able to take care of themselves?
I have a 9-year-old.
Responsible for a 6-year-old.
Be responsible for a 6-year-old?
Yes.
No.
Really?
Absolutely.
No.
To walk 2 blocks.
No, look, the independence
you guys are insane.
The independence you teach your child is the difference between when they fall down and you teach them to pick themselves back up versus being there and picking them up and doing everything for them. So you're saying a kid can't
walk 2 blocks from his house without an adult?
I think
and what happens if something happens within that 2 blocks?
But they're playing, right? They were on the playground. So they could fall or something like that.
They could fall in their house.
I don't know if a 10-year-old is equipped to make decisions in that moment. And then it seems like they don't have a phone.
So 10 and 6 years old can never play by themselves?
What? No.
Yes.
Lock them in their room, throw away the key.
Yeah, not unless you want them to disappear for 2.5 hours at the police station.
Until they turn like 11, right? Because you got to take them out of their room again so you can watch what they're doing on the computer.
Your kid's going to walk around scared to death, pooping himself every block. My mom told me the world's a dangerous place. And I'm 17.
But don't get a trophy
There's more Edge to come. We all know Paula Broadwell loves to get physical. But now she really wants you to know about her gym workouts. We want to know, does she miss her workouts with General Petraeus? And Pink's epic takedown of the social media haters who called the pop star pudgy over the weekend. Don't go anywhere.
Get low when the whistle go.
What is the worst part of campaign season? Facebook or tweet us, let us know.
Lots of other things happening tonight. Morgan, let's wind it up. It's Edge on the Clock time.
All right, Gwyneth Paltrow runs a luxury lifestyle website called Goop, and now she's really stepped in a big old pile of goop. The megastar millionaire has taken a pledge to feed herself on $29 a week. That rubbed people the wrong way. And then she tweeted that she was walking in their shoes to see how far we get. There, meaning poor people. So folks who are needy, rest easy tonight because Gwyneth's got your back.
Now, she's doing a good thing, and a lot of other people are doing this, a lot of celebrities. But do you see what she bought?
It's a New York City campaign. Yeah, I saw what she bought.
7 limes and cilantro.
And like quinoa.
Yes. She getting
rice.
Cinco de Mayo all planned up. What is she making some guacamole
ready.
to get her through the week?
She's ready. Yeah.
Does she realize that a lot of people on food stamps don't have this Whole Foods right in the middle of the city?
You've got to actually feed yourself.
If you're going to be real about it, go buy like 10 boxes of macaroni and cheese and some Span, and you can eat all dang day.
And people are ticked off because obviously she's a multimillionaire. She's got a pretty nice safety net. It's not a true understanding of what it's like.
That's right. I mean, it's the same thing as people who live in a box for a month and say they're homeless. They're not. Hi, I'm Paula Broadwell, and this is how I work out. Hi, I'm Matt Harris, and I already knew Paula loved to sweat. Recently, Paula penned a lengthy article about her workout routine for CharlotteAgeNDA.com, something like that.
Charlotte Agenda.
Oh, it was 2 lines. She talks, I've never heard of it. She talks about her gym pet peeves and if she has any principles from her workout routine that she applies in real life. Paula is the Charlotte woman who had an affair with former CIA director David Petraeus.
And she's also, there's a possibility that she's looking at federal charges.
Yes.
So people who have read this article are wondering, is this the right tone that you want to strike?
Sure.
I mean, she's got to move on with her life.
I have a workout schedule here somewhere. Monday, cycle. Tuesday, run. Wednesday, stoop a general. Thursday, flywheel. Friday, stoop another general. And Saturday, look for a general. It's a very hard workout. I don't think I'm making that up either. And it says it helps her anxiety from all the stooping. Paula, you know I love you.
It's a 10-page.
It's his fault too. If it was Petraeus' workout, I'd make fun of him too.
Okay. It's a 10-page article. It's on CharlotteAgenda.com.
I want to be on
If you want
there.
to check it out. It's pretty interesting. Okay, straight ahead. Why is Madonna always kissing people on stage? This time, she disgusted Drake. Look at his face.
I don't think he's disgusted.
Oh, he's disgusted. We'll tell you why next in Celebrity Edgity. In Celebrity Edgity, Pink has never cared what you think. In fact, she still doesn't. After pictures of her at a cancer benefit surfaced this weekend, social media idiots didn't miss the chance to criticize her weight. She replied, "I am perfectly fine, perfectly happy, and my healthy, voluptuous, and crazy strong body is having such much deserved time off. Thank you for your concern. Love, Cheesecake."
This whole thing is making me mad.
Hold on a second.
Oh, are you mad too?
I'm not your don't hang your on me.
Disgusted.
That is not disgusting.
Madonna has a thing for making out with
Not
fellow
disgusting.
performers on stage, but Drake appeared less than enthused after Madonna's prolonged smooch on stage at the Coachella Music Factory in California on Sunday.
He was holding her head.
Sources tell TMZ it wasn't Madonna's kiss that disgusted
Right.
Drake, but rather her, quote, gnarly lipstick.
It looked like he was enjoying it.
No, it didn't.
At the beginning, he was like,
I think he was playing along, but it just went a little too long,
like
right?
because she threw up a little in his mouth. Other than that.
Madonna
yeah.
kisses everybody she is ever on stage with. I don't know if she's kissed Britney Spears, she's kissed Christina Aguilera, and I'll tell you why.
That would make it more
But
awesome.
she went really long with that
This is
one.
how she maintains her youth. She sucks the life out of
Oh,
these
yeah.
performers.
Drake felt it happening.
I think
to him.
Drake
He
was
pulled
liking
away.
it.
Yeah,
I think Drake was
Drake
liking
felt
it.
his soul coming out.
Drake was
Cannot
liking it at the
take myself.
beginning.
No.
And then he thought of Dennis Rodman. It's like, oh.
No.
I think he liked it.
No.
No.
Matt, did you see his
At the end, he went
face at the
like,
end?
he was like this.
Can I say something real quick?
You know what?
about
That's how I do when I like
Let
it.
Amy
Okay,
talk.
Pink. Yes, I like Pink.
She was in a satin dress. Satin is extremely unforgiving material, also.
But why do we
looks
peek?
fantastic.
And she looks great.
Yeah,
The
just
fact
my
that
hometown.
anybody-
Good for her.
Keyboard courage, as usual. People just typing whatever
Why
they
do you
want.
respond to him? It's killing me every week. It's some internet trolls calling somebody fat, and they come and say how proud they are of their body. It's the same thing over and over. Ignore the trolls.
Because sometimes you just want to reply. That's why. Your headlines
something you
and
wanna tell us?
forecasting. I reply sometimes. Where are we looking? Edge, your forecast and your headlines when we return.
Sound of
I'm WCCB News at 10 anchor Will Kennedy with your last chance headlines. A reserve deputy in Tulsa, Oklahoma is charged with second-degree manslaughter for shooting an unarmed man. President Obama visits Charlotte Wednesday for a town hall about working family issues. And Charlotte is looking at a massive budget shortfall, but tonight City Council approved spending nearly $1 million to replace the seats at Bojangles Coliseum.
I'm a meteorologist. We've got temperatures tomorrow into the mid-70s, 60 degrees on Wednesday, and we'll cool back to 57 on Thursday. Some rain moving into the picture. Rain.
Thank you, meteorologist. Check this out. Olivia Munn has joined the cast of X-Men Apocalypse, signing on as Betsy Braddock, a.k.a. Psylocke. Director Bryan Singer posted the news on Instagram today, and people, for the most part, from what I've seen, are very happy about that casting.
Oh, there are nerds just putting stuff, a little glove on their hand tonight or something. Because they're pretending to be Michael Jackson. That's what they do that when they see a good show that they like. They wear a glove. So, come on. He's in his mom's basement. What is he going to do down there?
It's a great way to end on a high note right there.
Right,
You know.
yes.
Speaking of mudslinging.
That was not mudslinging.
Oh, goodness. Yeah,
I've been alone in my mom's basement before.
She looks amazing.
She looks amazing. She looks
does.
like Psylocke.
She looked great as a cartoon, a comic.
Educators, thank you. Thank you for watching The Edge. We'll do it all again tomorrow.
Probably not me.
Listen.